Hi, I'm reaching out to you from the Department of Health and Human Services North Carolina Problem Gambling Program with an important message and information about the release of e-learning modules on the prevention and treatment of youth problem gambling and gaming, which provide an excellent opportunity for continuing education credits and also an opportunity for addictions clinicians to increase skill sets to better work with individuals at risk or experiencing problem gambling. To set the stage, I think it's important for us to understand the landscape of gambling. The United States is in the middle of the largest expansion of legalized gambling in its history. Gambling is glamorized in the media, heavily advertised, and youth are gambling with family members and friends at very young ages. Disordered gambling is a behavior addiction diagnosis introduced in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Health Disorders, 5th edition. This was the first formal recognition of a behavior addiction in the psychiatric text, which is considered the gold standard for mental health. What this means is that gambling disorder is similar to substance use disorder and is rooted in the brain. It is an addiction. The North Carolina Problem Gambling Program recognizes that this addiction lives on a continuum, and we want to help people who are experiencing harm even if they do not meet the full clinical criteria. We recognize that people are more than their addictions and struggles. Therefore, we use the terms people experiencing problems related to gambling or people living with a gambling disorder. Let's return to the idea of gambling being glamorized and kids gambling at young ages. Couple this with the legalization of sports betting in many states across the country and the converging of gaming and gambling. And what we have is a growing public health concern of youth problem gambling and gaming. Here's something to think about. 60 to 80% of youth gamble across the globe, and adolescents and college-age students have higher prevalence rates of problem gambling and disordered gambling than adults. Today, more youth are engaging in a potentially addictive behavior at a young age, which increases their chances of becoming addicted later in life. Many times they are also gambling with their parents. Genetics, parental modeling, and gambling at young ages increases the chances of addiction. We believe providing interventions at young ages is vital in preventing addiction as a young person and as an adult. Whether you are providing treatment to a child or adolescent who is a parent who's experiencing problem gambling, or a child or adolescent who may be experiencing problems themselves, we believe that this type of intervention is an important protective factor in not only preventing problem gambling and disordered gambling, but other mental health disorders and addictions. You see, problem gambling rarely arrives alone. We must seek to understand the individual's social environment and possible co-occurrence of other mental health disorders. The North Carolina Problem Gambling Program has operated a helpline since 2005, which provides free in-person or virtual assistance through contracted licensed clinicians specifically trained in problem gambling. As we are interested in adding capacity for addressing the needs of youth, we have a couple of ways clinicians can become more engaged. 1. Take our free e-learning modules hosted by the University of North Carolina Behavioral Health Springboard. You will go through 5 different modules that include an introduction to youth problem gambling, the developmental biology of addiction and the co-occurrence of other high-risk behaviors in this age group, how to incorporate and utilize screening tools and treatment pathways for problem gambling, the converging of gaming and gaming addiction. 2. Apply to join our registry of trained providers who can receive referrals from our helpline. In order to join, you must take the 5 modules and send us a certificate of completion along with your application and 3 references. You must be a master's level licensed clinician, you must have an office setting or virtual environment for counseling services, and you must be set up to accept direct payment for clinical services rendered from our contracted vendor. The North Carolina Problem Gambling Program is providing this service at no cost to individuals seeking assistance. All referrals will come through our helpline. Our contact information follows. Please reach out if you're interested in learning more about the benefits of becoming a provider. You can also find the information on our website, morethanagamenc.com. And remember, this is a hidden addiction, so please add screening questions to your already existing screening tools. Thank you.